Sonic Drift on Sega's Game Gear features a two-player verse mode by using the gear-to-gear link cable. And real quick, by playing through Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut on GameCube, you can unlock Sonic's numerous Game Gear games. The titles that support the Game Gear link cable are also built into the emulator and are accessible by simply pressing the Start button on Controller 2. All the footage that you see in this episode came from this really cool and thoughtful unlockable bonus. Okay, so what's up with Sonic Drift's multiplayer mode? Well, honestly, not a whole lot. There are 4 racers, Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Eggman, but they all handle a little differently. Sonic is the average racer, Eggman has low acceleration, and Amy is quick but slides all over the place. The interface is also confusing. Instead of selecting your racer, then your track, then hitting start, the game instead has you pick your racer, then you back out to the main menu, then you select your track, then you back out to the main menu, then you start the race by choosing the weirdly named battle option. There are 4 raceable courses and each one takes a couple of minutes to complete, which is the ideal amount of time for portable play. But the racing itself isn't very eventful. If you manage to collect a couple of rings, the racer gains use of an item that can be used by tapping up on the D-pad. But this is easier said than done because there are so few rings on any given track and they are easily lost by spinning out or hitting an object. So chances are you mostly have to rely on your driving skills, not on weapons or items. Sonic Drift also suffers from the annoying slippery mechanic. You know what I'm talking about, where you slide off the road at every turn unless you preemptively hammer the brake button, the button that no one wants to use in any racing game. In other words, you'll be spending just as much time skidding off the road than you will driving on it. And the link mode is strictly 1v1 racing. There's no option to add AI racers into the mix. This is restrictive and, well, boring, especially when weapons are barely used. Also, the first place player must awkwardly wait for the second player to finish. The game doesn't auto-end when the first player crosses the finish line, which is a little strange since there's no timer built into the UI, and when the race ends there's no fanfare or trophy presentation or anything, it just abruptly boots back to the main menu. At least the game keeps tracks of wins and losses, if that means anything to you. To be fair, this 1994 Game Gear title tries to mimic 1992's Mario Kart on an underpowered handheld. Visually, it isn't bad, respectable especially considering the colorful visuals and informative map at the top of the screen. However, the same can't be said for the soundtrack. The short looping tunes aren't exactly ear-pleasing. However, there were some improvements when Sonic Drift 2 was released a year after the original, making this first game seem like a stepping stone for greater things to come. But what do you think? Did you own a Game Gear? Which linking multiplayer games did you play? And did you know about these cool Game Gear unlockables in Sonic DX on Cube? Let me know in the comments. And for tons more link cable content you never had the chance to play for yourself, see the links to my dedicated playlist in the description. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on.